The impact from the windstorm last month is still being felt tonight.
Yeah, people living along the shores of Lake Superior are now trying to figure out how to protect their homes after the lake took away their beach right up to their homes. TV6's David Jackson reports.
The Bertrams built their home 3 years ago with the latest materials and construction techniques. They say it's designed to withstand almost anything the UP can deliver.
However, as I can see, Lake Superior can take a boulder the size of a little Volkswagen Bug and pick it up and move it.
When the family surveyed the lot for construction, Gene says the water was another 40 feet out.
Within the last 2 years, we've had 2 major storms that I've seen, that I've noticed that it has cut away. So it's dragging the sand away. If all that were back again like 30 years ago, it would be a nice slope right to the water.
The storm, with winds measured at 70 miles per hour plus by Bertram, ate away at the land, creating a cliff just feet away from many residents' foundations.
It was probably one of the biggest storms I have ever encountered. The waves were at least 30 feet. They were so high, they were coming up on top of our dunes.
A lot of our neighbors are in trouble. Lady down the beach is only 6 feet from that edge of that cliff.
Lake Superior's water level rises and lowers over the years, and according to Bertram, this year the lake is at one of its highest levels. One of the solutions to protect their homes, outside of planting more grass and trees to protect the sand itself, is to place boulders to reinforce the cliff face.
We aren't going to be able to do that, and most of the neighbors here aren't going to be able to do that. So we're very concerned. The Corps of Engineers will they'll waive the permits. So we can get it started right away, get built before the winter comes.
It's incredible to watch what the lake does, but it can be dangerous and beautiful at the same time. And while we love watching it, we're not really excited about the erosion, so we hope to work with that.
In Harvey, I'm David Jackson for TV6 News.
Cross-country skiing has the Nickamenon and sled dog racing has the UP 200. These are all popular winter races for spectators in the UP. But what about a spectator sport that's slightly less serene? TV6's David Jackson reports from Gladstone.
Winter in the UP. So peaceful. Gentle breezes whispering through the forests, snow blanketing the meadows, and ice covering the Great Lakes. Boring. January through March, just west of Gladstone on the water just north of the dam, Great Lakes Ice Racing clears off the ice every Sunday for ice racing.
There's a lot of fast bikes here and it's just so fun. I'm new to this, so I'm learning a lot yet, but I'm still having a blast running with it, racing with everybody.
The ice racing started as a family sport by locals looking to enjoy Michigan winters.
A bunch of guys throwing tools and bikes in the back of their pickups years ago. We've been doing this 28 years now and decided to go out and make a track on the ice.
When they say family sport, they mean the entire family. Racers from 4 to 70 years old ride motorcycles and quads from 50cc on up to 500cc's. And it's more than just ripping the throttle and hanging on for dear life.
I guess it's more than just going in a circle. There's some technique to it and the speed. Speed and, yeah, just going fast.
Saturday night, the GLIF held their annual night race and honored the junior and women's event winners before the Sunday points races began. Then the junior racers lined up on the short track and laid it all on the line.
It's exhilarating and awesome to watch them do a great job, but it's also very nerve-wracking.
The races continue on the Eski River through to the 6th annual Open Invitational on March 4th. The events are open to the public with a $5 donation fee and can be found at the boat launch off of County Road 420 west of Gladstone.
We need more people to come out, and more the better.
For TV6 News, I'm David Jackson in Gladstone.
Well, the UP Catholic Credit Union donated $2,500 to purchase heavy winter coats for students at Marquette's Alternative High School.
That's right. These are special coats because they convert into sleeping bags, so the homeless students who receive them are able to stay warm at night. TV6's David Jackson has the report.
The coats come from the Empowerment Plan in Detroit. More than 25,000 coats have been delivered to those in need across the world at $100 each. 25 students at Marquette's Alternative High School were given these coats.
We did not have a grant for this. This was totally purchased and gifted to us free of charge by the UP Catholic Credit Union.
We were moved by the presentation of Veronica Scott, the CEO and founder of the Empowerment Plan, and we thought it would be a cool thing for for Marquette.
The high school has a higher than average poverty rate among their students, which means many students are forced to work jobs to help their families before helping themselves. Some students have an unstable housing situation and could be using those coats for survival.
They don't know where they're going to sleep tonight. They are not confident of being able to have a house, yet alone a couch to lay on.
Those students use these jackets to feel confident about staying warm regardless of their living situation. Unstable housing does not necessarily mean living on the street homeless.
At my dad's, we live off-grid. I have no electricity, no running water, and I heat by a wood stove, and sometimes my back bedroom's in the back, and it gets really cold in my house.
According to some students who use these coats, they are not necessarily only for UP winters.
We kind of get hit with heavy rain, and then during that time it cools down, so it kind of hits down to 40 degrees, probably a lot below than that.
I would never be able to afford a coat like this. I work a part-time job, and I'm saving all of my money up for college.
The Empowerment Plan says the coats are a way to help break the cycle of homelessness. In Marquette, I'm David Jackson for TV6 News.
Well, the final leg of both the Copperdog 150 and 80 finished in downtown Calumet today. TV6's David Jackson reports from the finish line.
The Copperdog came to a close today in downtown Calumet with more than a few surprises. But as opposed to the UP 200, the trail conditions were anything but a factor.
The race conditions are excellent. The trails are fast and the mushers are moving.
They do a fabulous job putting a trail in up here for Copperdog. Trail's great. It was actually mostly really frozen, nice solid trail.
It's going to be interesting, and I bet the times between first, second, and third place will be pretty close.
And close is barely enough to describe how the race is finished. Ross Fraboni from Two Harbors, Minnesota held the lead by 8 minutes at the end of the first leg. And going into the third leg, he held more than a 7-minute lead over second place Annie Malo out of Saint-Zenon, Quebec. But coming out the victor after making up a little more than 7 minutes in the third leg was none other than the first female champion of the Copperdog 150.
Well, I finished first. Yeah, 2 seconds in front of the second place. That was a real race to the end, yeah.
If you didn't catch that, she said 2 seconds. Race officials say they have never seen a race that tight before. Tristan Rivest, also out of Saint-Zenon, Quebec, held the lead in the Copperdog 80 by a mere 25 seconds after the first stage. But making up 64 seconds to take home the Copperdog 80 victory was Jerry Menard of Newberry, Michigan. Mushers say the trail conditions kept their teams running fast and were pleased with their runs.
We had a good run today, nice clean run, actually a really fast run.
And one musher team running the Copperdog 80 was more than happy with their run.
Yes, because everybody's healthy and everybody's okay, even the dog that was in the sled bag.
At 11 years old, she's easily the youngest competitor and has to finish her schoolwork on the way home to Mountain, Wisconsin. Her dad was absolutely proud of her.
She was actually on my tail the whole time. I kept trying to get her to lead, and then finally today she said, okay, I'll lead. So she went out in front of me, and then I had all I can do to keep up with her, honestly.
Congratulations again to winners Jerry Menard and Annie Malo. In Calumet, I'm David Jackson for TV6 News.